Students, this is Malleshwari, work for the Department of Chemistry in BRR and JKR Chambers Degree College. Welcome to the chapter Dilute Solutions. Welcome to the chapter Dilute Solutions. We are discussing colgative properties, and in previous videos following about the relative lowering of vapor pressure, depression freezing point and elevation boiling point. In this section, I can explain experimental methods for elevation boiling point and depression freezing point. In previous videos following about the determine the molecular weight of the non-volatile solute by using each colgative property. So the main important feature of colgative property is to determine the molecular weight of non-volatile solute. So the students, in this experiment method we can learn how liquid is converted to vapor and vapor is converted to liquid. So the students, in this section, the first experimental method is Catterall's method by using to determine the experimental method in non-volatile solute particle molecular weight of the non-volatile solute particles by elevation boiling point. In this Catterall's method, the first I can explain operators of Catterall's. This is the graduated boiling tube, and this is the condenser. This is thermometer, and this is the inverted funnel. So I can explain each operator in this section. So the graduated boiling tube is containing solution or solvent. The condenser is fitted inside the graduated boiling tube. The condenser purpose is the vapors are converted to liquid in presence of air or water to form solvent is again converted to liquid, and thermometer is used to can read the boiling points and noted down. And in this graduated tube, in this graduated tube, a small inverted funnel with a narrow stem which branches into 2 or 3 jets at the top, which in turn surround the lower portion of the thermometer. The solvent is placed in the boiling tube, have a few fragments of porous part. Porous part is in inverted funnel below the mouth of the funnel. The tube is heated on a small flame. So graduated tube is heated on a small flame. As solvent has started boiling, solvent vapors arising from the fragments of the porous part pump boiling into the narrow stem. This mixture of solvent vapors and boiling liquid is continuously sprayed around the thermometer bulb. In this way, the thermometer bulb is covered with a thin layer of boiling liquid covered with the vapors. This ensures that the temperature reading is exactly that of the boiling liquid, and that superheating is minimum. The temperature soon becomes the constant thus recorded. Thus, this is the boiling point of the pure solvent. So the students, liquid is converted to vapor at that point is called boiling point of the pure solvent. So in this used condenser, the boiling vapors are converted to further cooling pure solvent to the goes into the graduated boiling tube. In this graduated boiling tube, vapors are turns into pure solvent. Now the thermometer reading is noted. This is the boiling point of the pure solvent T1. Now a weighted amount of the students, boiling point of the pure solvent T naught. Now the weighed amount of the solute is taken in a graduated boiling tube to the added to the solvent, and again boiling point of the solution is determined as that of the solvent. So same as the, to determine the boiling point of the solution determines that of the solvent, the volume of the solution is noted from the density. Again the boiling tube is heated, the solution is turns to vapor, and condenser is cooling to the vapors are converted to liquid solution, then goes to the graduated boiling tube. At that point, boiling point of the solution is noted. The volume of the solution is noted from the density of the solvent. The mass of the solvent present in the solution can be calculated. So in this method, weight of the in this formula, small w is the weight of the pure solvent and capital W is the weight of the pure solute in grams. Kb is the ebullioscopic constant and delta is the elevation in boiling point. So you know the all values in this formula. We can calculate the non-volatile molecular weight of the non-volatile solute particles. Students, you can learn the to determine in this experimental method to determine non-volatile molecular weight of the non-volatile solute particles by elevation in boiling point. The second experimental method is Beckmann's method by depression in freezing point. In this Beckmann's method, Beckmann's operators are this is the freezing mixture and platinum stirrer. So in this operators, Beckmann thermometer is used to measure small temperature changes in the freezing point of pure solvent and solution. In this freezing tube, one side is to add it to the solute particles in the pure solvent. This is the cork strip and this is the platinum stirrer in freezing mixture. This is the freezing mixture. Freezing mixture is a mixture of two or more substances which can be used to produce temperature below the freezing point. Freezing mixtures are used mainly in the laboratory to generate and maintain low temperatures. In industrial requirements for low temperatures are fulfilled by a freezing mixture that consists of a crushed ice and reagent of a table salt. So students, the freezing mixture is used to the below the solvent or solution below the temperature we can use. So go to the experimental method. Beckmann's method is used to the depression in freezing point. The inner freezing tube is fitted with a Beckmann thermometer and a platinum stirrer. It is provided with a side tube for introducing the solute. The outer glass tube into the fitted in freezing tube, leaving an air space between them. The space between the two tubes provided an air jacket which ensures a slower and more uniform rate of the cooling of the contents of the freezing tube. The outer glass tube is used to freezing tube leaving in air space, so uniformly cooling in the freezing tube. A glass jar containing a suitable freezing mixture, so whose freezing point is about 5 degrees lower than that of the pure solvent. The commonly used freezing mixture, ice and sodium chloride. So already in laboratory we can use the ice and sodium chloride is the freezing mixture. So I can explain procedure. Take a known weight of the pure solvent in the freezing tube and suspended in the thermometer. The pure solvent is taken in a freezing tube and suspended into the thermometer in the solvent. Freezing tube in such a way the bulb of the thermometer is completely immersed into the solvent. The first determine the approximate freezing point of the solvent and directly cooling in the freezing tube in the freezing mixture. In this method, liquid is converted to solid. At that point is called freezing point of the pure solvent. Now all the solvent frozen to melt and place the freezing tube in the outer glass tube as shown. Allow the solvent to cool slowly till the temperature falls by about 0.5 degrees. So Beckmann's thermometer is used to below the temperature. The below its freezing point, this is known as supercooling without the separation of the solid. Stir the above supercooled solvent vigorously by using platinum stirrer. This will cause the solid to separate. The temperature will rise owing the liberation of the latent heat. A stage will reach when the temperature becomes constant. Note this temperature which represents the correct freezing point of the pure solvent. So the students, the liquid is converted to solid. Suppose water is converted to ice, that is the freezing point of the water. So here this pure solvent is converted to frozen mixture. That point is called freezing point of the pure solvent. Now noted the thermometer, the reading is freezing point of the pure solvent. Remove the freezing tube. Allow the solidified solvent to melt. So the liquid is converted to solid. The solid is converted to again liquid. So the freezing tube is removed in the freezing mixture. Allow the solidified solvent to melt and add a weighed amount of the solute in the side tube. So in this side tube, added to the solute particles. Dissolve the solute completely by stirring using the platinum stirrer. So again, to determine the freezing point of the solution is the same as that of that solvent. The solution is turns to frozen solid. At that point is called boiling point of the solution. Sorry students, freezing point of the solution. So liquid is converted to solid. That point is called, their liquid and solid are equilibrium. So that point is called freezing point of the solution, particular solution. The differences between two freezing point gives the depression in freezing point. So the noted the freezing point of the solvent and the freezing point of the solution, the two different readings is gives the depression in freezing point. So the students, the elevation, depression in freezing point is the differences between the two freezing points gives the depression in freezing points by the experiment. Now noted the T0 and T1. T0 is the freezing point of the pure solvent and T1 is the freezing point of the solution. The experimental method may be repeated by adding a further quantity of solute. The second depression freezing point will corresponding to the amount of the solute. So the solute weight of the solute, to determine the weight of the solute in grams, to know the weight of the solvent, we can calculate to determine the weight of the non-volatile solute particles in this formula. Knowing the weights of the solute and the solvent along with the depression in freezing point, weight of the solute can be determined by using this expression. In this formula, m equal to molecular weight of the non-volatile solute particles. Kf is depression in freezing point constant, is called chiroscopic constant. Small w is the weight of the pure solvent and capital W is weight of the solute particles, and delta T is depression in freezing point. In this depression in freezing point is given by experimental method by using Beckmann's method to noted the freezing point readings, that is the freezing point of the pure solvent and freezing point of the solution T1 and T0. The differences between the two freezing points is called depression in freezing point. Delta T is given by in this method. So all the values known, we can calculate the molecular weight of the non-volatile solute particles by using Beckmann's method in depression in freezing points.